So Wild Friends are a network of students, teachers, and mentors who support wildlife and seek common ground solutions to wildlife issues. Now, every spring, a select group of New Mexico students go to Santa Fe during the legislative session, and they learn to navigate through the politics of wildlife conservation and environmental law.
These are Wild Friends from Guadalupe Resort in Silver City.
Wild Friends, it's like a group where we learn about
that's where the real knowledge
something
is.
about nature usually. Like this year, it's our memorial is called the Children's Outdoor Bill of Rights.
It helps children go outside and get some exercise instead of staying inside and watching TV and playing video games all day.
We've passed all sorts of stuff. We've passed through the House and the Education Committee.
It's a really cool experience that I hope many more children get to have.
One of the really important things for kids at this age is to learn that they can be independent actors, that they can actually do things that make a difference in the world.
So what happens if we have a senator that comes and asks you and say, I don't know if we're going to be able to support this? What are some things that you can say to convince us to change our mind?
If you don't support this.
Oh, no.
As part of that, they learn to make good choices, and they learn that they can act independently and be responsible.
Cynthia Nava is the Senate sponsor, and she's the one that helps move it through the process.
And I asked her, I said, okay, I've heard you talk about this bill. Is this the No Child Left Inside bill? She said yes, because that's a great way to describe it. So we all voted for it. So your bill passed out of Senate Education, so we should be hearing it on the floor here in the next day or two.
Well, I'm so pleased to say that joining us today are Wild Friends Miguel Ruiloba, who is a student at Rio Rancho Cyber Academy. Hi there.
Hi.
And also we've got Michael Tolleson, who's a student at Jemez Valley Middle School. Hello there.
Hello.
And we've also got Vivienne Gonzales, a former Harrison Middle School student. Hello, Vivienne.
Hello.
And Wild Friends director Sue George. Full house today on the couch. Hi, everybody.
Yes.
So good to have you with us, and I want to mention to our viewers that Wild Friends is actually in its 20th year. So let's explain to our viewers how the program actually works and instills in students, a sense of excitement about the entire democratic process and also wildlife conservation at the same time.
Sure. So Wild Friends is a program at the UNM School of Law. We work with students in grades 4 through 12 across the state of New Mexico.
Okay.
And it's a hands-on civics education program where students learn how laws are made by actually getting to help make a law.
Can you take us through the process a little bit, insofar as what activities the students engage in?
Sure. So every fall, shortly after school starts, the students vote on a topic of interest.
Okay.
Whether it's recycling or protecting pollinators. They spend the fall learning about their topic, doing research. We have speakers come to the classroom. We provide materials. They also study the civics process and how a law is made.
Wow.
And then they turn their hand to the task of actually drafting a piece of legislation to address the issue, whether it's the need for a recycling program at the Roundhouse or encouraging the state to protect pollinators by using native landscaping. They put all their ideas into one document, which we then take to our legislative sponsors. Our sponsors this year were Representative Mimi Stewart and Senator Cynthia Nava. They then introduce the legislation in Santa Fe once the legislature gets started. And the best part is then the students get to then come to Santa Fe and talk to all the legislators about their legislation, why it's important, why they should vote for it. They testify before committees.
Do you really?
Yeah. They sometimes act as expert witnesses on the House floor and get right in there and make the law happen.
Wow, you're not kidding. Hands-on. Miguel, Michael, let me ask you guys, how did you get involved with Wild Friends in the first place?
I got involved with it because of my teacher. He's been doing it for many years with his class, so that's how I got.
And it got you inspired. What about you, Miguel?
I got involved through my school. We have 2 teachers at our school who were involved at first and who do the program every year at our school. So this year I got to be a part of it.
There's something so special about getting to do something hands-on like that. And this year's legislative project was really a memorial to the Children's Outdoor Bill of Rights. So let's talk a little bit about that bill.
It's a bill trying to get children to go outside and fish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And so this is what you guys worked on. Tell me a little bit more about it.
It's more exercise, but we had to throw in that it doesn't cost money, and then the great benefits of it: better test scores. Pretty much using what New Mexico already has instead of spending more money. putting us deeper into where we are today.
That's a great point. I love that. Now, let's talk a little bit about the experience with lobbying the legislators and also testifying before your committee. That's really intriguing to me. What was that like?
It was nice. We got to meet a lot of people, a lot of senators and representatives.
Really? And did you feel, I mean, did you feel like really, like you were in a different level, really, right? I mean, that had to be really exciting for you. And I think you're going to be able to take this experience throughout your lives, which is really, really cool. And I would imagine you had a favorite part to all this. What was that?
Probably passing the memorial, since it passed unanimously.
It did? It passed unanimously, really?
Yeah.
That had to be so gratifying.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite part, too?
Yeah, my part was getting to go up there and talk to the senators.
Were you a little nervous?
Yeah.
I bet. Now, do you think you might run for office one day?
I don't think so.
What about you?
Yep, I'm for president.
Yeah! We got future president right on the couch. I love it. And Vivienne, you're actually a former Wild Friend. So tell us a little bit about your experience and basically how it's influenced your own future at this point.
Well, I started Wild Friends out in 7th grade. My English teacher recommended me for me to go. And it was a great experience. We took a field trip to the Legislative House, and it was wonderful. And because of that, it enhanced my perspective to do something, study in law.
Really?
Yeah, so be part of committees, especially state education.
Yeah, and you were a legislative intern, correct?
Yes.
So that must have really helped you.
Yes, it has.
And just to take that experience along the way. And, you know, Sue, I want to ask you this because I know a lot of people out there are thinking, I would love to get involved in something like this. How would they do that?
Sure, sure. So right now, Wild Friends works with about 400 students across the state of New Mexico. Wow. It represents 10 schools. It's actually down from the number of schools we've worked with in the past, just because budgets are declining. Sure. But we're sure hopeful that as the economy improves and our budget improves, we'll be able to add more schools and serve more students. So I would be happy to talk to anybody who's interested. They can call me at 277-5089 or check out our website at wildfriends.unm.edu.
Which is on the screen right now. That's great. Well, you guys, I'm really impressed, I have to say. I think this is a wonderful way to kind of get yourselves on the right career path. Obviously, you're already an example of that. And for you guys, you've already learned so much, and it really instills a lot of passion in the things that you're looking forward to doing for the rest of your life. So good for you. Now, we're not done yet, though, because this is really cool. Wild Friends from Horizon Academy West, Brianna Sanchez, Alexis Hunter, Amaya Moreno, and Nathaniel Ortero have written a rap song. Okay, I love me some rap about Wild Friends and the Children's Outdoor Bill of Rights. So I'm going to send it over to you guys. Take it away.
Yeah. If you're in a bad mood, catch a fish on food, use imagination, draw, dance, sing, and play outdoors, watch the bee sting. Wade in a river, creek, lake, or pond. You can go outside and find any that's beyond. Plant a seed and visit farms around here. You climb a tree, but don't break the branches.
He's just like slammed it. He's hardcore. He's some serious rapping. And you know what? He did it without even having to do the thing. You didn't even have to do the thing. Will you give me the first line again? Give me the first line of it.
If you're in a bad mood, catch a fish home for food.
If you're in a bad mood, catch a fish home for food. I love that. I love this. You guys are so cool. Now, so how do you incorporate all the choreography with this? Like, how do you work it out? How do you all work it out together?
Well, what we did was we just like choreographed a dance.
Okay.
He just like started rapping.
He just starts rapping it out. I think you're really good. You've got like you've got the vibe when you sing it. I love it. I'm very impressed, I have to tell you. And I know like sometimes it's really hard to just rap it all the way through and keep going because I always forget my lyrics. I'm not very good at that personally. I'm very impressed with you guys. Really, really good job. High five up there, brother man. Now tell me real quick about your wildlife experience. Here, give me this. Give me this. Tell me.
We had a fun time.
Come on over here so we can see your handsome face.
I think the funnest part was getting to pass like laws and stuff.
See, everybody likes that part, huh? What about you?
My favorite part being in Wild Friends is just like going on field trips to see wildlife and just be a part of it.
Yeah, and what about you?
Mine would have to be the field trips too because we would go camping and we would like see all kinds of nature. We saw like chipmunks and it was so cute.
Really? How fun. And what about you? What's your favorite part?
Yeah, just to see the wildlife and how we're helping the environment. It was just really cool. It was, I don't know, it was
I love to hear that. It's good to do something for a great cause, to learn something in the process, and have a good time all at once. And you guys are obviously great examples of that. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you.
Really, I appreciate it, and I hope we get to see more of you guys. And I hope we get to see more of you in the future. Maybe you can go on the X Factor. Thank you all so much. All right, now I have a question for the viewers. Does your fitness routine have you bored out of your gourd? Well, lean on a friend. Partner workouts are coming up next. Don't go away.